Hello, welcome back to Special Data Hub. Today, I'll guide you through a professional workflow for styling street layers. We'll be able to create a multi-layered line effect to make a center line. We'll be able to fix all of these ugly intersections, road joins, and road labeling. Let's get on with it without any more intro. So here I have my road data set here. I can turn off this base map so you can see it clearly. Can turn off all of the other noisy data layers. So what we'll be doing is to add street names and styling. We can work on this by right clicking here and going to properties, or double clicking on the layer, or we can simply use our layer styling panel. That is not what I wanted to do. Okay, so by clicking on this open layer styling panel, we'll be able to see the properties of the styling of this layer and adjust it accordingly. So this is where we are. It's our road layer that we are styling. You click on your simple line. Let's adjust that first. We can set it to 10 points. Looks really big. But the trick here is that we'll change this from millimeters to meters at scale. The purpose of using meters at scale is that we'll be able to adjust to your zoom level based on the scale of your map. Yeah, it's not a static unit. All right. So we'll change our joint style here to round. As you can see here, I have live updates turned on. If you're using the properties to a pin, just be clicking on apply. We change our cap style to round as well. You can see how that adjusts nicely. We can change this color to something better than red. Maybe like gray or like black. I think I'll stick with black for now. Not very dark black, but black anyways. Then up next is that we'll add a new simple line. Add a new simple line. In this new simple line, we'll make the same adjustments. This one will make it white. Make it white to enable the text or road labels show properly on it. And then we'll set this one. Last time we set it to 10 meters at scale, so we can set it to 8. And also change this to meters at scale. So you see that it now produces a boundary, which is the base layer, produces a boundary for 1 meter on either side. Again, we'll set our joint style to round and our cap style to round. And that fits exactly nicely. Next thing we will do is to remove these intersecting lines, the lines at intersections that makes it look like the route is broken. Click on this line. Go to advanced, click on symbol levels. All you need to do is to check this box to say enable symbol levels. Go back. You see what happens here. The effect is that the route now goes in a continuous fashion rather than broken at every junction. So next thing we'll do is to add our labels. To add your labels, click on the next button here, labels. We have dummy data set for our road names. We'll set our labels to single labels. If you want to show more than one label on this, there are I have a different video on how you can do that, but that's beyond the scope of this tutorial. So our value is already set to name by default, but you can change that to the particular fields which holds the road names or the label which you want on your road data. So we'll leave that as name. Next thing we will do is we'll set up placement mode. Whereas the placement modes, we can expand these guys so that be here. On our placement modes, we can set it to chords so that, as you can see, something like this, it now curves around it. We still haven't gotten to where we're going to. Then the trick here is that we'll check the box on the line for the placement and uncheck this box for above the line. Now we are here. So you can see that the road names are now placed above the line instead of beside it. Next thing we will do will be to go to the formatting. That should be this. This is rendering. Okay, formatting. We'll the type case, depending on what you want, you can leave it at this. But if it's not uniformed, it might look messy. Probably some road names are not written in uppercase, while some are written in uppercase. Some are written in centers case. You can just uniformize it or make it uniform. If uniformize is not a word. So set it to all uppercase or centers case or where is this? First letter to be capital. Let's go with all uppercase for now. Then next we'll set our spacing. We can set the spacing depending on how the roads are. We can set this spacing here to be a little more than this, so that just watch your data set and make sure it doesn't become messy. Oh, there's one thing we haven't done. As you can see here, the road name is showing in a very ununiform way. We'll go back to our text. It's at 10 points. So we'll set it to meters at scale. And then when we zoom out and zoom in, it doesn't get messy. We can even reduce the text size to 7 points. We can reduce the text size to 7 points. Okay. We can adjust our text font style. Sorry, that's not it. In styling, we can use extra bold. Yep, I like this. We can also use another one which I like is this semi-bold or bold italic, depending on what suits your data sets and trace. Then we will set our colors for the text. If you want it to be black or if you want it to be red for better visibility, if you want it to be any color, you could make this choice at this point. Then one thing you might notice is that for roads where there are multi-parts, so fortunately we do not have road names here so that we can easily identify them. But let's say we have this road broken into bits. Okay, let's break this road. Let's break this road. Fine. So now you see this one single road here. Because it is broken into bits, your data set might have something like that. Because it's broken into bits, the road name appears multiple times. You might not be able to start merging all of these line features, especially when you're working with a large data set. So what you could do here is to eliminate these multi-parts. We'll go to rendering. Scroll down a bit, you see this part that says merge connected lines to avoid duplicate labels. When you check this box, it merges all these lines to show only one label rather than several. I hope that's clear. Thanks for watching this video. Do well to leave a comment if this worked out for you. Like the video, subscribe to Special Data Hub, and I'll see you in the very next video.